We'll take it.
A thriller for sure. So if you just want to start off with a general statement, obviously Amanda had a career game. We don't have stats at all, but it seems that she had 25 points, which is a career high, and obviously the buzzer beater. So just how did it happen today?
We're happy to get any win that we can, and whether it's pretty or it's ugly, we will take a victory. Obviously, very happy with the performance of Amanda Kalin and Precious Johnson and Tess Myers. We obviously are a team that is having growth, and that growth is going to not go away anytime soon. We have a lot to go in terms of knowing sets, knowing how hard you have to play, and then finding the right combinations. And we haven't been able to do that yet. When you don't have two private scrimmages and you do not have any other games other than the Ohio State game, and you've only practiced 11 or 12 times, it's going to look like it did tonight.
Dan, for you, just starting positive-wise, what did you like energy-wise in the third quarter? Maybe even specifically, it seemed like Tess gave you kind of a nice little punch with those corner threes.
I think it was more than just Tess. I think the two freshmen, Meg and Tess, gave us a lot of energy. Meg is really a great floor general, and her pitches ahead and her ability to defend on the ball gives the team a lot of energy. And then Tess is probably our best perimeter shooter. At least she is clearly our best perimeter shooter right now, and she's deadly with those corner threes. We scored 24 points in the third quarter. I think that's the most that we've scored this year, and we did that with spacing the floor. It's the first time this year where we've spaced the floor properly, and we've also gotten post-production. Last game we got that from Laya Soleil, but didn't have good spacing. This game we had good spacing, and we saw what Precious Johnson can deliver for us.
When you know what Laya did last year against this team, and you know they're going to try to overcommit to her, how much is it on you as a staff and the players on the court to adjust to that challenge, knowing she's going to be double teamed almost every time she touches the ball?
Well, we weren't sure what they were going to do because if you watch the film from last year, which we did, they basically said we're going to give Laya one-on-one coverage the entire game, and we're going to defend everyone else. And she made them pay last year. The way they defended this year was much different. They went and they doubled really, really hard, and then later on they did that with Precious also. I think Precious did a really good job in the third quarter of being able to recognize the double team and being able to pass out of that for wide open shots. And so those are good building blocks, and feel really good about what Precious did for us today with that.
You said before the season, Amanda was really known as a driver, but she got the mid-range game going. She really got the three-point game going and trusted her shot today. Just what does it mean to see those shots from all over the court falling in practice starting to translate into games?
She was still 1 for 5 from the three-point line. It didn't feel that way. She's a better three-point shooter than 1 for 5. But it just hasn't gone in for her right now. She might be pushing a little bit, not just mechanics-wise, but also just maybe feeling some sort of pressure there. I'm not really sure right now. But she's a kid that can score the basketball, and she can do it in all three platforms, all three ways. And tonight, she certainly did that for us, and we're really happy that we were able to come away with the win.
When you have a buzzer beater like that, obviously, Dan, you can't really think about redeeming yourself from the miss leading up to that, but how good is it for her to have that short-term memory and just instinctually just throw that ball back up there and hope?
We're just, that's something that you really don't even think about. You're just right now you're in the moment of, being able to win the game at the buzzer and, feeling really good about some of your young people. Precious Johnson played, maybe the best game of her career with 4 blocks and 5 rebounds and being 5 for 6 from the field. And I think she may even had another block or 2. I thought she was around 5 or 6. And then obviously Tess and Meg, what they brought to us today. I'm really happy to see some growth there. And then as a team, seeing growth with us being able to space the floor. In the first half, I didn't think that Snasia, Sarah Pomoska, and Lindsay Leonard played bad either when we got into foul trouble in the post. I thought they provided some quality minutes for us and were able to do things that we needed them to do. And again, it's like sausage, man. It tastes good, but you don't like watching it how it's made. And right now we're kind of like sausage. We're not going to be pretty for a while. We're going to have some growth spurts and we're going to have some growing pains. And we just need people to stick with us, and I know our players will.
You had the double-digit lead at the end of the third quarter, Dan. Speaking of growth spurts, just what did you make of the challenges your team faced in those 10 minutes?
Well, that's one of those things where, we were stuck at 62 for what seemed like forever. And the group that got us there, that gave us that great flow, kind of went cold and got a little tired. And, for me as a coach, I've got to find that person to put back in, to insert into the lineup, who can give us that spurt, who can get us a bucket. And we put Precious in. We put Diamond Bragg in. We put Laya Soleil in, and neither one of them really gave that for us tonight. And that's going to be a game by game basis, maybe a quarter by quarter basis, until we get a little further along in the season. Again, we've only had 12 or 13 practices. We're a long ways away from being a complete team, and we're going to need more practice time. And frankly, that's what we've got now. We're going to take 2 days off because we have very heavy final load tomorrow and Friday. And then we have about 7 days before we play St. Bonaventure. And, there's going to be a lot of basketball during that time.
Touching to your point, Dan, not to take anything away from Ohio State or St. Francis, but do you view, in a sense, those games kind of exhibition-like in terms of trying to find combinations and just throwing something out there and hoping it works?
It's rare when you throw something out there to see if it works. You have a plan as you go in, and then you have to adjust to that plan once you get into the game. I would say that Ohio State did feel like an exhibition. St. Francis doesn't feel like an exhibition because St. Francis always plays us tough. I think that they look at it as almost a pseudo rivalry game in a sense, and I understand why. And I'm really appreciative, frankly, that they agree to play us on a home and home basis every year. Really appreciate the administration there. But in terms of throwing it out there, we're not really doing that. But man, we're trying to find those different combinations that work, and people are finding out that if you don't produce, you're going to have to sit. And also, if you're not going to defend and bring energy, then you're going to sit. And so a couple of our players found that out tonight. But we are, the overall theme is clearly we are a real work in progress. And over the course of these next 9 days, it's going to be really important for us to have a lot of basketball. We'll need to condition better because we're still not in true game shape. But we really need a lot of basketball. We have a lot of people who don't know all of our sets well enough. Again, it's not a veteran team in a sense because you be safe too. Good to see you, Kevin. I was one of the referees. I apologize. Basketball at Duquesne. Not having Basil right now is really affecting us, and so really important. And then we play Bonaventure. Hopefully, we can get Kent State. The COVID schedule that everyone is facing, where games are more spread out, has almost benefited us now because we can get more practice time in to learn and to grow. But that's where we're at right now.
Any updates on any potential games in this week's time?
We haven't had anyone play us. There are other schools in our region very close to us, maximum amount of games, and we have said that we will play, and we can't find games. So, it looks like this is going to be our schedule. Unfortunately, we'd like to add one or two, but I think this is going to be our schedule for the year.
Any update on Libby at all?
No.
Okay. Ryan, anything?
Yeah, Dan, I know the plan with the freshmen kind of going into the year before the NCAA rules changed was to redshirt them. Are you surprised at their production so far with, Tess dropping 11? You mentioned Meg had a big 3. Even Lindsay had a nice move. Why ask? Are you surprised at all?
Yeah. Tess and Meg a little less than Lindsay. I thought Lindsay was going to be more of a project. I think Lindsay has actually played very well for us as a true post freshman. She's really never played to this level of competition in high school or in AAU, where she's played against this type of size and coaching and ability. And I think that Lindsay has given us quality minutes also. She's going to be very effective as she continues to grow older. Meg and Tess are both from very good high school basketball programs and then from very good basketball families. And so we always knew that they were going to be good. And, I always try to, in a sense, I will defer to seniors and people who are experienced and who have been here if it's close. But right now, you have 2 freshmen that are helping us win a basketball game and who are playing at a real high level. They're doing the right things. And so am I surprised? Every day, as I've said in the locker room, is going to be about competition. And I think we still have a group of players that can find ways to get on the floor more. But the practices, they're very competitive. And that's where people are going to have to win spots. And then once they win that spot in practice to get on the floor in a game, then you have a situation where they have to produce within the game. So if you get in the game and you play 3.5 minutes and you give up a shot and you go hard, but you don't have a rebound, you really haven't done anything, what's your resume at that point? And you probably have. Hey guys, I really appreciate you guys doing this. I'll do this anytime that you guys want to. This one wore me out tonight a little bit mentally. It's going to be that kind of year. But I really love my team. I like every one of those kids an awful lot. And I'm trying to give every one of them the opportunity to earn playing time and to earn quality minutes. And, the people that are producing are the people that are staying on the floor.
Great. Sweet. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate the time. Safe travels back to the Berg.
Ryan, thank you. Zach, thank you. I appreciate you both very much, guys. I hope you're both well.
Thank you, Dan.
Great.
Stay healthy.
Thanks, Dan.
I'll see you later.
See ya.
All right,
Thank
see
you.
you.
Stay